Thanks, Rick.
All right, now to this. Anheuser-Busch loses more than $5 billion in value amid Bud Light's partnership with controversial transgender influencer Dylan Mulvaney, forcing the beer giant CEO to issue a statement.
Our next guest is fed up with woke corporations and is brewing up support for an alternative ale.
That's why I created Conservative Dad's ultra-right, 100% woke-free beer. As conservatives, we're constantly getting hit in the face, left and right, by the woke mind virus. But the last place we want it is in our beer. Stop giving money to woke corporations that hate our values.
Well, conservative dad and CEO of Freedom Speaks Up, Seth Weathers, joins us now. Seth, thanks for being here. The question I had at the top of my, how do you brew up a beer in a week after the controversy? Or were you ready to go? Tell us about jumping into the beer business.
Great to be here. Well, I did not brew a beer up in a week. So we worked with a local small brewery that's already brewing a beer that came up with a very similar recipe to a light beer that I think the majority of Americans drink, and are working with us to get this out to America because we need a solution. And I was having some conversations with people, and conservatives, we have zero capital with corporate America. We talk a big game, we maybe don't show up for a few NFL games, and then we show right back up. So what I'm begging America, you don't have to buy my beer, but just don't ever for the rest of your life buy tranny fluid or any other item from Anheuser-Busch. It has to stop, and I'm very serious about this. We are getting assaulted all across America by these freaks and people promoting these freaks, and that statement from Anheuser last night is BS. It meant nothing. There was no apology to America by putting a freak of nature. He needs to be in a mental institution. I genuinely feel for that kid. Or actually, he's an adult man. That's the problem. I've even been influenced to think of him as a kid because he's prancing around and acting as a little girl. And who does a little girl on TikTok appeal to? It appeals to children. We canceled Joe Camel, and they're putting this on camera. That's BS. And that's when we started ultrarightbeer.com. It could literally be apple juice, and I'd be doing the same thing, but I just beg of conservatives, show a backbone, because we don't. That's why that's on television. No corporate company in America respects us. We will only change that when we put one out of business. You don't have to buy my beer, but never buy Anheuser-Busch again.
So you want to show, because you're right, conservatives are not very good at boycotts. They just sort of don't normally do the groupthink thing. Yeah. But you're saying this time we should to make a point.
It's to make a statement. Look, my house is probably made by 95% of the items are made by communist China. We can't boycott everything. We're not in the position to in America right now. But we can send a statement. And look, the stock market fluctuations with Budweiser or Anheuser this past week, that's nothing. They go up and down all the time. But we have to send a real message. And sending a real message is never buying their product again. They have crossed a line. And if this is not a line that conservatives will consider a red line that's been crossed, we have no line. Forget it. Shut down Fox News. There's no reason for conservatism because we're weak and pathetic. And it has to change. And this is an opportunity. Again, it could be apple juice. But the problem is, beer seems to be maybe the line that was crossed. You screw with our beer, we're done. That's what I hope. And that's why I started Ultra Right Beer. And the response is like, nothing I've ever seen. My phone doesn't work anymore. My email is no good. You guys can barely get in touch with me because I can't even talk to my friends and family. But if you go to ultrarightbeer.com, we are actually going to be in stores now. It's blowing up. We're about to spend all of our money on attorneys, but we're excited to do that. And you're going to actually be able to buy it in locations, but you can get it in 42 states right now at ultrarightbeer.com.
I'm gonna order it right now.
And you can also sign up.
Yeah, you go ahead and order it. I think it's fascinating that it's men that are going to be at the forefront of defending biological women through this boycott. It's too bad that there aren't enough women doing it.
It's such a great point. I don't know if you get Anheuser-Busch, but Bud Light at the very least. Like if you zero in on Bud Light and say, I'm never buying another one ever again, and a generation of young men do that, maybe that is the statement. I appreciate what you're doing.
Absolutely.
Seth, thank you.
Seth?
Great to be here.
All right, well, still ahead, a Catholic group